Something on the Geraldton horse. Anasaur 15s into 11s. Light goes on. Ready, 1600 starting here on Matheson Road. Racing now to the last event of the day, and Wave Hill Spur began sharply. Likewise, Fath Noxious jumped away quickly. My Grace bounced out, so did Anasaur going up there. Here comes on the outside Dark Prospect striding up quickly into second placing after the break. Now Mulga's going to ease behind those and settle better than midfield. Persian Princess got back with Western Temple. Taxidermy had found itself a little bit wider there at the 1200. A Gap Storm Dancer pushed a pass back on the inside of that duo, then confusing as Wave Hill Spur leads them nearing the 1,000 metres, coming along the riverside, and Wave Hill Spur making play leads Fath Noxious, the mare. She's out 3 deep, so he starts to just kick her up now and tries to get outside Wave Hill Spur, so Dark Prospect can ease now and get that trail. A length and a half away at the 800 to My Grace inside of the Geraldton Galloper Anasaur. Taxidermy tramping deep. Over on the inside, the mare Persian Princess. Mulga had got back into the field. Then Storm Dancer tracking 3 wide with 600 left to go. Western Temple's got well out of his ground as well. Only a couple behind him. The Ruffy confusing and also pushed a pass nearing the corner. By the 400, they'd straightened up and Wave Hill Spur led narrowly from Fath Noxious. Moving up Dark Prospect quickly. In behind them came Anasaur, pulled to the outside by Hill. Mulga searching for a run behind them. So's My Grace, Persian Princess, Storm Dancer. Western Temple's bullocked his way into the clear now, and he's finishing full of running. 100 left to go. Look at Western Temple, gather them up. He storms up with My Grace. It's Western Temple's day. That's a brilliant ride by Kirby. He boots home a double. Too good for them here in the last. Western Temple beat My Grace. Storm Dancer wide out. Mulga, Dark Prospect together next home. Followed then by Persian Princess. Wave Hill Spur. Fath Noxious pushed to pass. Anasaur didn't come on. Confusing's back there. And Taxidermy had knocked up after covering a lot of extra ground to finish last. Western Temple, ridden by Brodie Kirby, takes out the last of the day, so Kirby bookends the meeting, winning the first on How to Fly. He gave it the box seat run, but this he really had to use some nous back there. He only had 2 behind him nearing the home bend. He was going to have to weave his way through some traffic, and Western Temple, so often a bridesmaid, salutes for only the 2nd time in its career in 15 runs. Too good for My Grace. And both in the cerise and white, so Bob Peters ends the day on a high note. There had been a lean 2018 in the metro area, but Masquerade changed that earlier, and now they rounded out with a double and the Quinella in the last, and Storm Dancer another good performance in 3rd placing. 3:68, 1:37.46 the time. Western Temple home by Dream Ahead. Out of the Perth Cup winner Western Jewel, trained by Adam Durant. He celebrates a double as well, having saddled up How to Fly in the first. Raced by Bob and Sandra Peters, and young Brodie Kirby certainly making every post a winning post at the moment. 3:10.160 Western Temple. My Grace, a Reduced Choice mare from My Good Grace for Grant and Alana Williams, written by Clint Johnston Porter, $2.50. Storm Dancer weighed in 3rd. The Musket gelding out of City Living for John Lugg, owned by Barry Rowe, Ron Sayers, M. Willoughby, M. Melkick. Also Madame Smith Rowe is LM&D Cullen, and will pay $2.50 for the place. Now Mulga ran 4th and might have been a little bit stiff too, getting held up at a crucial stage in the straight. Margins 1 length by 1 1/4. Let's go to Wes Cameron now, joining us in the winners' enclosure, and a beaming Bob Peters after the last event of the day.
Thank you, Darren. We spoke to Bob earlier on in the day in relation to the chances of Western Temple. Bob, in the end, it's panned out beautifully. He's got home hard and won impressively, and it's exactly what you want to see.
Yes, if he couldn't have won today, he was never going to win a race. I asked Adam to, last week, Binjara asked him to get the young fella that can claim 3 kilos. He didn't draw well enough, so I thought we'll wait. And with 3 kilos off and a drop in class, if he ran 2nd again, he was never going to win a race.
In saying that, I suppose winning is the game, but he has been a model of consistency.
Yeah, when you look at the horses he's run 2nd to, Variation a couple of times, and all good horses. He's got ability, but he just couldn't win.
Where were you expecting him to settle from the draw today?
A lot closer than what he was, but the barrier did that, and they I've said to young Brodie, whatever you do, just get cover, and wherever you are, you are.
What were your expectations at the 600 metres? Who were you watching more, Western Temple or My Grace?
I was thinking at that stage that My Grace had more chance.
Certainly looked that way. In the end, it was a lovely ride from young Brodie.
It was, but, you know, if you reverse the claim, maybe My Grace wins.
My Grace, the mare, yet to win one here in 11, but look, she is knocking on the door.
It was a very good run from her.
Congratulations on the day.
Thank you.
Well done. Bob Peters there, and fitting result in the end for the Peters livery with a 1-2 finish. Western Temple defeating My Grace here in the St Patrick's Race Day March 17 handicap. We spoke to Brodie Kirby earlier on in the day. He was successful for Adam Durant with How to Fly. He's bookended the program here with a lovely win aboard Western Temple. Didn't look that flash at the 600 metres, Mark. You needed to pull the rabbit out of the hat, and you did. Yeah, we probably settled maybe a spot or two further back than we wanted to. But the main thing, I wanted to have him get him cover. And he felt good tracking around the corner. I was just trying to be patient, wait for room. And to the horse's credit, he was able to push his way out and strong to the line, which is good to see. He did look to be travelling well, and you needed that gap to open, and it did. And he hit the line strongly. Nice to be getting on horses like Western Temple. Oh, unreal. You know, asked me 6 months ago, I couldn't see myself in the position I'm in. Oh, a big thank you to many, many people, my boss, my manager, and of course Mr. Durant, Mr. Williams and Mr. Peters. It's just an awesome feeling about to ride quality horses and be trusted to do your best on them. We spoke earlier on in the day following the opening winner, and you'd ridden one city winner prior to that in High Calypso, and all of a sudden here we are with a double. Yeah. Good feeling. Like I said, it's unreal. The ball's rolling now, so I just really want to keep my head on, focused, and do my best. Great day in the saddle. Well done. Appreciate it, Wes. Cheers. Brodie Kirby, and great to see the young 3-kilo apprentice booting the winners home, and a riding double here at Ascot today with How to Fly and Western Temple taking out the final event of the day.